This is a 2019 Ram ProMaster camper van converted by Sportsmobile. It is a 3.6 V6 gas engine. Will get you about 18 miles per gallon. The van is in pretty good shape. It has a couple little scratches on it. You can see down here, there's a little scratch behind the slider, little tree branch scratch there, but in pretty good shape. Tires are so-so. You're gonna get 5,000 miles, I'm guessing, before you would need to replace them at this point. But you can tell a couple little tiny scratches right here and there, but this side's pretty clean. And basically it's a good van. It's the 159-inch wheelbase, so it is 19 feet 10 inches in length. And as you come around to the back here, you can see how it is then converted to have a little kitchenette here in the back. So this all folds up. And how this camper van was designed was to have all of your stoves and things like that underneath. It is a van that does not have a lot of secondary systems. The only thing that is really put into the van to work in the back is that you do have a solar panel. You also have LED lights and a forced air fan. These are powered by the solar panel and then a deep cell sealed battery, which is your power source for the rear things. But it's a very, very simple van to use, and this just folds down, this table. And then it ends up being the cover to that. As you can see, these are the bunk beds in this vehicle, and what's really nice about these is that they are the size that a full-sized human can sleep in them. They're actually 5'11" inches long, 4 inches of memory foam, and you can see that there's curtains both in the front and the back to make them very much private. Also, you have reading lights, so if your kids are back here, then they can read at their own content and be away from you. Also in the doors here, you can see that there's some storage. As I move around here, I can show you more of the interior of the van. If I go look in the back here, this is where those two bunk beds were that I just pointed out. Once again, there's the reading lights, also the curtains. This van has very, very ample storage. It has 4 compartments that, like this one, that are the size that you could put a carry-on suitcase in. And then you also have these smaller drawers here. You have access to that big rear storage where the cooking gear would go from the front as well through that door. And you also have some storage underneath this platform bed in the rear. And this is the bed that mom and dad would sleep in if you were going to buy this as a family. Sets up very easily just like that. Right there is a hole that you can put a table. And finally, these front seats will swivel so they can swivel and turn around at that table. As I said, there aren't a whole lot of systems in here. You have the forced air fan, you have lights, and finally, this is where your solar boost controller is there. One thing with this is that there's part of the numbers that are not showing up. You can see battery condition is very good, and what this is reading is 13.6 volts. So that's a very good reading as far as that goes. But like I said, it does not read correctly on the top of those first 2 digits. But aside from that, if you were interested in this van, it does have 45,200 miles. Aside from the couple of little scrapes, it is just going to be a really easy van for you to have. The fact that it has no secondary systems can be a true blessing. The one thing is that RV repair is a little bit tricky to find at times, and you just aren't ever going to have to deal with that in this van. So it would be a dandy for the right people. And if you have any questions, let me know.